The first sergeant said he needed to go to Saigon for about 3 days and was going to drive there in a Jeep with a mounted M60 and needed a good shooter on the M60 in case he ran into trouble. He asked if I would go and said that I would have a good time in Saigon as he knew Saigon very well. He said his girlfriend lived there and he wanted to go see her. I said okay to the deal. I figured we would go attached to a convoy, but was I ever wrong? One day he told me to get ready, that we were going to make the run of 45 miles by ourselves along a very dangerous road. The same road where we were ambushed twice in the convoy on our way here to Dong Tam from Saigon. What? Well, the first sergeant was good to me and the other guys who were transferred here from the 128th, so I went along with the crazy plan. We discussed the wild ride and its chances of succeeding. He said that the NVA-VC would think that we, in just a Jeep, would be a point patrol for a convoy that would follow. They would let us through and target the convoy. We were not worth killing and they would be looking for a bigger target. Maybe. Also, the road would already be cleared of mines by the engineers that day and no more would be out there when we make our run. Maybe. Also, with me on the M60 and plenty of ammo and he driving at a high speed, we could shoot our way out of any trouble and would be down the road before they knew what was going on. Maybe. Ha! Lots of maybes. Well, for one thing, it would be exciting, more exciting than watching the Vietnamese filling sandbags, and I would once again be shooting an M60 from a moving vehicle. Being on the ground is the part I didn't like. He drew up fake orders on why we were going to Saigon, and we showed the MPs our fake orders at the gate and were on the dirt road. The road was pretty smooth and at times not. It was dusty. We went as fast as the Jeep would go, about 50 miles per hour. I had a difficult time staying in the Jeep at times when we hit holes. It was a scenic ride and I figure I would never see anyone shooting at us unless they used tracers or an RPG or shot at us on automatic. Anyway, I had my eyes open and was concerned about roadblocks, but somehow we made it to exotic and dangerous Saigon without incident. Snipers may have been taking shots at us, but I could not tell for sure. I certainly didn't want to do that again, ever. We parked the Jeep at an army compound where it would be protected probably until we picked it up again. Nothing was for sure in Vietnam. Nothing but surprises, one after another, like a string of pearls. Certainly nothing was dull as far as I experienced. The first sergeant and I then took a rickshaw to what I thought looked to be a dangerous and seedy part of Saigon. But what do I know? The sergeant had a .45 and I had one also. He told me not to worry, that he knew a lot of important people in the neighborhood and that no one is going to bother us. It turned into what seemed to be an upper-class Vietnamese residential area. He stopped the rickshaw driver and paid him off and said that we need to walk from here. Secrecy, apparently. We walked up to an enclosed villa area with a couple of classy, whitewashed masonry structures in it, and he pushed an electrical button a few times as a secret signal, I think. A woman came out of the house and the outer gate opened. We walked into the courtyard and the sergeant and woman embraced and kissed. The sergeant then introduced me to his girlfriend. I was the stranger here. We walked into the big building where there was a huge room, ballroom restaurant bar, where I was introduced to 6 very exotic, beautiful Vietnamese girls who were about my age. The woman told the girls to treat me nice and said I could eat and drink anything I wanted. I said that I could pay for my stay and she said okay, it would cost me $20 per day. She said it was slow right now, so pretty much I had the whole villa house and the girls to myself. She and the first sergeant then left to stay at her house inside the same compound. Geez, now the ride here almost seemed worth it.